What's up, suckers? Okay, so I was sent something from my mom's house that I've been kind of wanting. This is a very old dish that I remember us having from, I don't know, even my childhood, maybe 6 or 7 years old. We used to make meatloaf in this. And as you can see, there's a crack and there's a lot of like baking damage, and the sides are just whatever grease is officially caked on. It's become part of the pan. And my mom was officially getting rid of it, and I kind of wanted to keep it as a keepsake. And I don't want a bunch of stuff from my parents' house, so, you know, my mom will send me stuff. Hey, do you want this? Do you want that? And I'm like, yes, that, no, that, you know. Because as we age and grow older, we decide, you know, oh, there's some things that I wish I kept from my childhood. And for some reason, this is it. This is what I've ultimately really wanted to keep. It is a casserole dish. There are no holes at the bottom, so what I'm putting in here, I'm expecting not to require any leakage, right? Like, I'm not expecting to overwater to the point where I'm just gonna drown my plants. So this is the perfect time and perfect dish for my cactuses, and that's what I'm gonna do. I did find my jumble of rocks, so I'm gonna stick a couple in the bottom, a couple big ones, but I'm gonna nitpick what I find, because there's some really pretty ones, and then there's some that are just kind of like that. Like this one. This one's just a basic white rock that you can find at your kids' playground. This one's really pretty. It's got some blue in it. So I would like some different rocks that are more clay-based rather than ocean-based, but you know, gotta take what we've been given. Oh no! Alright. And a lot of these were found at a pebble beach. It's where different rocks wash up. They've been perfectly polished. There's some rocks in here that aren't polished at all. This one is perfectly polished, and it's got this really pretty striation pattern. This one is polished. This one is still rocky, pretty. But none of these at this point in time are porous, so I'm not expecting them to hold any water. So we've got this one. It's got a really pretty white pattern. These are thin enough that I'm not worried. They're gonna lift the roots off the casserole dish. I'm just making sure that I do have a small layer that if I do accidentally overwater, this will prevent that. Got a couple that I can just pour on the bottom that they all basically look the same. There's this greenish grayish one, looks green on camera. So, I mean, I'm just filling in the blanks with these rocks, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna try to flatten my rocks. Ta-da! So that's where we're gonna stop, right there. Okay. Alrighty. I only found one glove, so I'm gonna be left-handed in this video, which I think to you is right-handed. I'm not sure how, because it's the reverse image, so if I'm facing it, this is technically my right hand, but in real life, this is my left hand. I'm not left-handed, so I'm gonna squish with my right hand and then grab with my left. Now, I do want a very thin layer of dirt and soil in the bottom, just so that way, when I go to place my succulents, they're not sitting on the rocks. Cactus on the rocks. And I'm gonna actually completely cover. I'm not gonna completely cover the rocks because some of them are too big for that, but I am going to completely put the dirt in between the rocks, so that way so that way there are no holes for these little tiny rocks to roll around too much, and especially when these cactuses grow to be too big for this casserole dish. Eventually they will need to be transplanted again. They're at that stage though where they're small enough. I'm not worried about it. So I'm going to start with this one. This one's actually got new growth right here, and I don't know what's happening in the back here, so we're just I'm going to be very careful, make sure only to grab this part, and I'm not going to grab hard enough to squish it. I'm just making sure I can completely lift. I'm gonna shake. I'm gonna bring my camera down here for a bit so you can actually, just kidding, you're not gonna watch anything. This is not for you to watch apparently. Okay, so I'm gonna shake it. my fork is still out here, so I'm going to Little Mermaid it and use my fork to pick off the dirt from the roots. Now, the way that these plants are shipped from this particular site where I ordered these from, they wait until there's baby roots, just like we did the propagations last time. They wait till there's baby roots, and that's when they send them. So these are fresh. So I'm going to right on top here. You can't see it yet, so one moment. I'm going to take my soil using my right hand and hold the cactus with my left hand exactly where I want it, and then dump in the soil around it. Unfortunately, we are going to get these cactuses a little dirty because these cacti, cubs, if you will, cactibibis, their hairs are very bristly because they're brand new. They're not big enough to not grab onto anything. I'm only going to put 3 cactus in here because 2 of them are growing too tall for them to officially be transplanted in this. Like this guy, I would put it in here, and then in 2 weeks I would have to pull it out because it's too tall. He's going to need something else completely. This guy is a good size. He's not growing too far out, and he's not growing too tall up. So this is a good one to pick. So I'm going to do the same thing. Squeeze. Leave this right here. Squeeze. Da, 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 da. Again, using just our little grubby pinchy fingers. Hold on, I'm going to try to very, very careful with where the spines are. I don't want to damage any spines. We're going to. It's inevitable, but we're going to try not to. Again. Ooh, this guy's root bound. I don't know. He might just need brand new space. But we'll see. We'll see what we can find. Oh, here we go. Just kind of slide it down. Pinch the bottom. Don't want to break up too much. I'm being very careful here. I am right-handed, so this is kind of weird, not using my right hand. Alright, that's a good pinch. I'm going to use my fork to just barely pick these guys apart. I want brand new soil for this guy, so that way he can have some, say it with me, rejuvenation. Also, when I started this video, one of my neighbors was leaving, and so he stopped and just watched me for a minute, and I was like, don't look over, don't look over. Just keep talking, keep doing your thing. So I'm sure he'll ask me about, who are you talking to? My viewers? My fans? I don't know. My potential viewers, as at this time, I still only have 37 subscribers, which is totally cool. On average, I am getting other people to view. They're just not subscribing, but, you know. We'll get there when we get there, right? It's probably not their niche. They probably think, oh, just another wannabe that wants to be on YouTube. And instead, I'm like, I started this a long time ago. It's not my fault. Okay, I'm going to use my fork. I'm going to hold it in place. I know you can't see it. I'll show you in a second. I'm going to use only my fork to fill this in because I will be dumb enough to put my hand in there and then get poked and wonder why I get poked. This actually might only be good for 2. Oh no! I can move one in the back. It's fine. I can fill one in. It's cool. I can do it. Should I do it? Only if it's small enough. I need to be wise about this. I almost got poked, even with using the fork. My hand's far too down. I need to be smart about this. I need to be wise. Oh no! You're dirty! Says the woman who's playing with dirt. Huh, this is weird. I'm so excited. And we're not going to water them yet. We're going to spritz the topsoil so that way it does still pack down around the cactuses, but not too much so. So like I said, I'll show you. So here's one guy. There's the one we just did. Like I said, he is grabby. So I'm trying to pack the soil in around him without accidentally packing him. I don't see any spines that are fully damaged besides the few that I grabbed just to push him in. And then this one, as you can see, those spines are really thin right there. So we'll see. So I'll put you back where you go without getting poked. I need to be smart about this. All right, I have 2 to pick from. However, I don't think I'm going to pick this one because, first off, we've got new growth going on here. Very thin spines going all one direction. It's also starting to flower. And so this just needs a bigger pot, which I have. We'll do that in the same video. This one's going to be, I want to say kind of long. I can also do, no, it's 15 minutes. I'll do another video entirely. That's what we'll do. And then this guy is my bunny one. I'll do my bunny one in this pot because he's going to need some assistance. Again, pulling it out. I'm just excited I got this dish. It's one of those things that I definitely, I don't know. To me, heirlooms are one thing. When it's like a dish from home, not a lot of people are going to say, oh yeah, this totally has sentimental value. But to me, this one in particular just holds a lot of memory. A lot of good childhood memories. I remember the meatloaf my parents used to make in it. And I remember just, you know, it was always this dish. This was the meatloaf dish to have. And so in that instance, it's the memory that comes with it. I'm not saying hold on to every single thing that has memory that tags along with it, and then, you know, as most would come out, you know, you turn into a hoarding case because, well, this has memory and that has memory. But this is one of those things to me that I just ultimately really want to keep to myself. I don't need my kids one day to be like, oh yeah, mom used to keep her succulents in this, so it holds a lot of memories. That's not necessary. I just for me. We do have a rogue cactus, so I'm going to stick him in there. So technically I'm going to have 4 cactuses in here. We'll see if he roots. He might not. I'll hold on to him because he is still very pretty, very green, and that base is scarred over. So, all right. So yeah, that is my childhood memory right there. Loving from the oven. And they're cactuses. I mean, they're kind of in the oven. The desert is considered the oven of the earth, so why not? All right. Let me snag my spray bottle. I think it's great. So I'm just gonna gently, I will grab my camera for this to show what I'm doing now. I have base root right here. I'm just going to spray this guy. He's not gonna be straight up in sunlight, so I'm not worried about him getting damaged. What I am worried about is how much soil they're holding on to. There we go. I still don't want water sitting on them so much, but yeah, don't come at me for the pumpkins. I'm still in spooky season mode. It's February. I'm still in spooky season mode. There we go. Nice. Just the top layer. And I did spray this down today. So far they're doing well. No more florets, so I'm just kind of waiting. That guy's next. These guys are next. So that'll be in the next video. Alright. Peace out, suckers.